Chapter 3 has a pattern of abandoning commitments. The man who leaves when things get heavy. Why a pattern of abandoning commitments predicts future absence. One of the strongest indicators of how someone may behave in fatherhood is how they respond when responsibility stops being enjoyable. Anyone can stay when things are easy. Anyone can be present when the relationship is exciting, the baby is smiling, the family image looks good publicly, the emotional labor is low, sacrifice is minimal, character is revealed when commitment becomes difficult. A person who repeatedly abandons commitments often does not struggle with love. They struggle with endurance. They may care deeply in the beginning. They may make sincere promises. They may genuinely believe they mean what they say. But when pressure rises, inconvenience appears, or discomfort grows, they retreat. Because for them, commitment lasts only as long as it feels good. People who abandon commitments often display avoidant coping. They escape stress instead of confronting it. Low distress tolerance, hardship feels unbearable. Commitment idealization, they love beginnings but hate maintenance. Emotional impulsivity, they act on current feelings over long-term duty. Self-preservation over loyalty. Their comfort outranks obligation. These individuals often leave a trail behind them. Friendships that ended mysteriously. Jobs quit abruptly. Relationships dropped during conflict. Projects started passionately, abandoned halfway. Family members they don't talk to anymore for vague reasons. The issue is not one failed relationship. The issue is a repeated life pattern of leaving instead of working through difficulty. When Maya met Darius, he seemed deeply devoted. He texted every morning, planned elaborate dates, talked about the future quickly. He told her, "I'm not like other men. When I love hard." At first, his intensity felt like security, but over time Maya noticed a strange pattern. Darius had fallen out with nearly every close friend he once had, been estranged from family for years, quit several jobs because of disrespect, ended multiple past relationships suddenly. Whenever she asked what happened, the answer was always similar. People switch up. Everybody disappoints you eventually. I cut people off when they cross me. At first, Maya interpreted this as standards. Then conflict entered their relationship. The first serious disagreement led to silence. Darius disappeared for 3 days. No explanation, no calls, no texts. Then returned to acting normal. When Maya confronted him, "I needed space." "You're too dramatic." Over the next year, the pattern repeated. Whenever life got hard, financial stress, emotional conflict, difficult conversations, family pressure, Darius vanished, emotionally first, then physically. After Maya became pregnant, his fear intensified. He promised, "I'm here, I'm not going anywhere." But pregnancy brought stress, money pressure, fear, less freedom, more responsibility. Darius began pulling away. He answered texts more slowly, stayed out longer, picked fights over small things. Then one day, after an argument about preparing for the baby, he disappeared. No call, no visit, no explanation. Weeks passed, and then months. Eventually, he resurfaced with excuses. "I was overwhelmed. You pushed me away. I needed time to think." But by then, Maya understood. Darius had not abandoned her because fatherhood was unique. He abandoned her because abandonment was his lifelong coping strategy. When pressure came, he left, as he always had. Parenthood is not a temporary commitment. It is not a mood. It is not sustained by excitement. It requires showing up when tired, when broke, when frustrated, when the relationship is strained, when the child is difficult, when appreciation is absent, when life feels overwhelming. A person who historically disappears when things get hard is at risk of doing the same when parenting becomes stressful, because children create relentless stress, and stress exposes coping patterns. Not everyone with a failed relationship or lost friendship is unreliable. Life is complicated. The red flag is a pattern, not isolated events. Ask, do they repeatedly cut people off? Do they vanish during conflict? Do they withdraw whenever accountability arises? Is every former relationship framed as entirely the other person's fault? Do they leave rather than repair? Patterns matter more than promises. A person who runs from difficult commitments in ordinary life may run from parenthood when it stops feeling easy. Many absent fathers were not transformed by parenthood into avoidant men. They were avoidant men long before the child arrived. The child simply became the next commitment they could not sustain.